Hello everyone, and today, since it's the spooky season, I'll be looking at more horrifying images made by Craiyon, all related to the spooky season. Before we start, I do have to mention that this AI uses images from Google to make these horrifying images. Also, some of these images are really terrifying, so be ready. And finally, all of these prompts came from my head and are in no particular order. Anyways, let's begin. So the first one is Ghost Pizza Party, and all of them are very adorable, especially the middle right one. Those eyes are very cute. Okay, now that I'm looking at it closer, the lower right, lower middle and upper middle look bad, like the lower right one looks like gloves. Anyways, let's move on. Next one is less cute and more nightmare fuel. This is zombie trail cam, and the first three pictures don't have anything. The fourth one has an odd silhouette, the fifth one has nothing again, and the next three are all nightmare fuel, especially middle bottom, like what the heck. And the last one is just nothing. Anyways, on to the next one, because I don't want to see the middle bottom one anymore. This one is an interesting one. It's a haunted house, and I thought that it would look like an abandoned house from the first video, but most of these ones are pretty colorful, especially the top and bottom left one. However, the middle and right bottom ones do look a bit ominous, but not as ominous as the abandoned house one. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, this one is mutant spiders, and I got to say it's not as bad as I wanted it to be. I have arachnophobia, but this isn't that scary. Also, these just look like regular spiders, just close up. Anyways, let's head to the next one. I thought this one could be cute, but I was so wrong. Now this one is baby vampires, and get these things away from me. All of them look horrifyingly disfigured, especially all of the middle ones. Geez, these pictures look horrifying, just like having a child. Anyways, get this away from me. Let's move on. This one is pretty weird. It's werewolves attacking a village, and it's pretty accurate to the prompt. They just look weird because the werewolves are horrifyingly detailed, whilst the village looks like I drew it. Also, the left middle one is the least detailed one. I don't have anything else to say, so let's move on. Okay, this one just looks horrifying and kind of sick. So this one is horrifying beast, and all of them fit the description very well, and also they look very cool in my opinion, especially the middle one, which looks like a demon from the underworld. Anyways, let's go to the next one. Oh hey, it's the horrifying beings that created those babies. This is Vampire Tea Party, and I forgot that this AI distorts the faces of people and makes them look so terrifying. Oh gosh, the girl in left middle is staring at my soul, and the right middle looks very bad. I didn't even see the left bottom. Now that's the worst one. Let's move on before these images come to my house when I'm sleeping. Well, this one just looks cool. This is Fiery Skulls, and they look like an album cover, especially the bottom right one. I have nothing else to say, so let's move on. Okay, now this is a vampire, and it's not even a vampire prompt. It's Scary Man, and it's very accurate to the prompt. All of them look very scary, especially all of the middle ones. Anyways, let's move on. This one is pretty disappointing. Shadow People Trail Cam is the prompt, and as I said, it's pretty disappointing. I wanted a terrifying shadow creature, and instead I get a person's shadow. The bottom middle, and middle right do look pretty ominous, but they're still kind of disappointing. On to the next one. Time for skeletons. Now this one is pretty good. It's skeleton eating a popsicle, and the top left one looks the best in my opinion. Also, tell me in the comments which one is your favorite of each of them, or don't. Anyways, does the skeleton in the left middle have a tumor? And also, why is the middle one green? Is it radioactive? Anyways, let's move to the next one. Okay, this is another weird one. This is meant to be skeleton raving in a graveyard, but only a couple of them look like they're dancing, whilst the top right one looks like someone just got unalived. And why is the sky red? Also, the middle bottom looks like the last frame from a jump scare. Anyways, let's move on. The abstract one. This is Headless Horseman in a party, and as I said, it's very abstract. The top, middle and right bottom just has a horse. The middle one is very dark, and some of the best ones are the bottom middle, which looks really cool. Right middle, which is something that looks like a firework, and the middle left. Alright, next one. Oh, It's the other abstract one. Why did the AI make the Headless Horseman ones very abstract? Anyways, this is Headless Horseman and a vampire fighting, but most of them don't even look like they're fighting. The bottom left one looks like the vampire took the horseman's horse and is about to attack the horseman. The middle looks like the vampire took the jack-o'-lantern of the horseman. Anyways, let's move on. Next one is pretty ominous. It's an ominous graveyard, and yep, it's pretty ominous. I feel like the AI just grabbed graveyard pictures from Google and just made them darker. I have nothing else to say, so on to the next one. Okay, I was waiting for this one. This is the prompt of Soulless Human, and I wondered what the AI was going to do with it, and it made this. And it's very interesting, and by interesting I mean ultra nightmare fuel, and I would like to apologize for any nightmares that you might get from all of these images. The middle looks like an album cover for a rock band. Anyways, let's move on. From something nightmarish to something kind of cute, I hope. This is Trick or Treat, and never mind, it's not as horrifying as the last one, but it's pretty scary. Seriously, look at the middle bottom, and middle left. Those faces are going to haunt me for the rest of my life. Let's head to the next prompt. Okay, now something scary from something somewhat peaceful. The prompt is Midnight Moon in a Graveyard, and it's pretty boring. Except for the middle one, which looks like it has two moons, and middle bottom looks like it's in black and white. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, this one is another boring one. I wanted a scary jack-o'-lantern, but I just got regular ones. Except for middle, top left, middle left, and top right, which looks like someone carved them in the dark whilst blindfolded. Anyways, let's move on. This one is another pumpkin related one. It's Mutant Pumpkin, and what happened to the top right one? And what's growing on the pumpkin in the top left one? Also, as I said, most of these look like they were carved in the dark, and the person carving them was wearing a blindfold. Okay, let's move on. Finally another horrifying one. This is Smiling Ghost Girl, and all of them look like how I smile with my teeth. Also, why do all of them look horrifying? Meanwhile, the top left is a ghost girl smiling with a mustache, but still all of them look very scary. Now let's move on. Okay, next one is pretty cartoony. It's a zombie eating an apple, and all of them look very terrifying, especially the middle right, which looks very terrifying. And is that ketchup on his shirt? Meanwhile, the top left one looks like he's going to offer me an apple. Anyways, let's move on. Remember that ghost eating the pizza from the first prompt? Well, this is them now that they have no more pizza. This prompt is Crying Ghost, and all of them are crying because they don't have any more pizza. So if you want to give them pizza, then hit the like and subscribe button, and then they'll get pizza. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, I hate this prompt. So these are monstrous zombies, and what the heck happened to the middle right one? Why is it just a head with limbs? Also, the others look very horrifying, especially middle, bottom left, bottom middle, and bottom right. Anyways, let's move on before they bite my face off. Next prompt shows faces again, and they're all distorted. So this is a Halloween party, and middle is the only one without a human being in it, and it looks fine. Meanwhile, everything around it looks horrifying. Like, is that a zombie in the middle bottom one? Anyways, let's move on. Do you guys get scared from something's shadow only to find out that it was just a mundane object? Well, that's this prompt. Shadow monster in a house, and all these look exactly like those shadows that would scare everything out of you only to find out that the thing causing it is a table or something. Anyways, let's get a move on to the next one. Do you guys remember Slender Man? You know the guy. He has no face and wears a suit. Well, here's that horrifying being holding a teddy bear. The bottom right looks like he's holding Winnie the Pooh, and the middle looks like he possessed the teddy bear. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. So this is what the radioactive humans would look like in the future. This is monstrous humans, and all of them look like they've been to Chernobyl, especially middle left, middle right, middle, and bottom right. But the left top one looks very interesting. It's not as monstrous as the others, but it still looks unsettling. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, now this one looks very sinister due to them being sinister smiles. In the bottom middle doesn't look like a smile, but the other look very scary, especially bottom right. Let's move on so we don't have to see this one anymore. Oh hey Lucifer, and why does the middle picture have a human torso? By the way, this is demon in the underworld, and yep, it looks like the demon himself, and they look very horrifying, especially top right, bottom right and middle, because I want to know why the AI chose a regular human torso and slap on a demon head. Anyways, let's move on. Finally the final prompt, and this one is very cool looking. So this is Apocalypse, and all of them look very cool, especially middle left, top right, bottom right, and middle bottom, which looks like Lucifer with a human torso from the last one is going to destroy the world. And that's it for all of the spooky images from Craiyon, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then leave a like and subscribe. Hope to see you next time. Adios.